Guys, it's King Gabriel, and I'm here with another impromptu video. And this one is one that will literally save your life. And when I mean save your life, I don't mean like you're in a state of distress or anything like that, but you've been using this law all along, and you've been living this way all along, and you've been using this power in ways that may or may not have been beneficial to you. I'm going to show you how to make it more steady and how to actually live in a world that allows you to use this to continually live the life that you would enjoy living, right? The purpose of our experience, in a sense, some have different ideas about this, but the purpose of the experience in terms of human consciousness and moving forward is always going to be to have experience and then improve upon that experience, right? You want to expand, you want to extend, but you want to improve upon the already existent experience so that you have better and better feelings of joy, more and more feelings of divinity, of loveliness coming from you, a feeling of givingness being evoked. And so the way to do that is to really understand the mechanism that we're using, number one, and then be able to use it in a way that actually leaves you feeling empowered, connected, and realizing that you, in a sense, are the center that connects with all things around you and is allowed to continually be in that giving state. So, to leave the waiting game, which some people are very accustomed to, right? The last 3 videos led you here in terms of desire, right? You would not have tapped onto this video unless somehow something strung you all the way through to here. Okay? So, the first one was intention, the second one was purpose, the third was desire. Today is actually finding a way to thread them through and make them into a powerful line that allows you to act in a forward motion without the distractions and compulsions to the sides. Here we go. There is a law called the law of assumption, which actually governs the law of attraction. The law of attraction is that law that everybody knows now from the secret, etc., which works on the horizontal plane and draws things to you or push things away from you according to your desire. And breath. And the law of assumption is the law that governs that. How it governs that is by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, whatever that wish is, whatever it is that you truly desire, by assuming the feeling of it being completed, the signal that you're emitting is a signal that says it is done. If it is done in your mind, and your consciousness is permeated with that completely, then there is no other outcome than that. So it's about convincing oneself always of the fact that something is the way it is. This is shown in psychosomatic illness. If a person is thoroughly convinced that he or she is sick, or well for that matter, there is a physical change that occurs according to it. And they've done this with sham knee surgeries and stuff like that, where they've had real knee surgeries and also had surgeries that were just a scar on the knee, no actual surgery took place, and then they sewed it up, and the people with the sham surgeries actually had the same result as those, or close to the same result I should say, as those who had the actual surgery, which means mentally we are capable of healing just about anything, far beyond what we think we could. But the limit to that is the belief in whether or not we can. And so I'm saying that the law of assumption is the governing one because being thoroughly convinced that something has occurred leaves no room for it not to be revealed or manifest in front of you. Okay? And so knowing that, I'm going to show you how it links to other things as well, because we think that this is only like our little metaphysical whatever, and you know, it's really not. There's a lot more than that. And if you look at, for instance, let's pick Buddhism, I could find a way to show you that it's there as well. In the chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, which is chanted by Buddhists, some sects of Buddhism, and they chant that in terms of recognizing the enlightenment of the individual in everyday life. Now, the individual, and that part of the chant that goes Renge, Renge is the lotus, which represents the individual as well. The lotus flower, right, is the one of the only flowers, might be the only flower, that actually lets its petals out and its fruit simultaneously, right? They come out at the same time. It's not like you see the flowers, you wait for a bit, and then a little while later when the flower dies off, then the fruit comes. They come together, and that is amazing. That doesn't happen anywhere else, right? Usually the flower will come out, you wait a bit, the flower dies off, and then the fruit comes. But the significance of that lotus flower and why they use the lotus flower is just a reminder that you don't have to wait for the results of this so-called enlightenment or something that comes to you that instantly gives you divine powers that you've been waiting on forever. No, it's with you all along, but it's up to you to recognize it, become aware of it, and claim it for yourself. And the claiming of it is not in a selfish, individualistic way, but it is stepping into the I am presence that is within you, that is you, that is living your life. Anything that you say, and saying, the word itself is not the word as in words that you utter from your mouth. It's words as in words of your consciousness, understanding and acceptance of what is there. By accepting what is there and fully integrating what is there, there's a cellular pulse that goes through your body, through your cells, through your being, that ripples out into everything and announces your presence as that thing. So it's up to you whether you decide to let it be something that you enjoy, something that you would love to express, something that would make your experience even better, improve upon your present experience, leaving the past behind. Or you can have it be something like, well, the same all over again, and you can remember the past and go on and have the past come back and show itself to you again. And that seems to be a bit less enjoyable. So what I'm saying is, by using this law in an effective way, by embodying right now what you already know is a possibility and is very much a reality because you're living in it right now if you fully embrace it, then you get to use your consciousness in a way that actually affects the process of you becoming and expressing more of who you are on the inside, more on that divine level, that level of loving intelligence, that level of soul expression. And these things I talk about are just still the levels that we can speak about in human expression, right? There is universal consciousness and beyond that as well. But for our purposes, the main thing that matters right now is us reaching up to the higher levels of divine consciousness and stepping into the expression of the soul and the union between us. Because that's where the miracles occur. That's where the love is spread. That's where the joy is present as evidence of love. And so, I'm very, very pleased to share this with you today. The main topic of today, just so you get it, I'm going to go over it one more time. The law of assumption simply says that if you fall into that feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? The feeling of the wish fulfilled fully, you will totally see that manifest in your world, right? If you really want to be clear on this and to get deeper into this, go within. In your meditation, reach out to your source, or reach into your source. Out in, same thing. Source is everywhere, right? So don't think that you have to reach out to someone in particular. Reach into yourself. Feel that vibration becoming present. And if you don't feel it, just know that it's there, right? You may not feel it because you may not be attuned to it right now on a physical level. Maybe you may be steeped in human consciousness and unable to feel it right now, but that doesn't say you never will. It will come to you in time. So keep meditating, keep running through, keep reaching in, and let that come and express itself as your life. You will see the changes, and after a while of seeing the changes, you will realize that something is there. Just as you see the wind rustle the leaves, as I said earlier, the wind rustles the leaves. You do not see the wind, but you see the leaves rustling. Therefore, it is quite possible for you to recognize that there is a presence there just by seeing the effects of it. So fall deeper and deeper into that. Use the law of assumption. Feel into what's there completely and watch it come into your life. And this is not about trying to manipulate life in different ways and all that. This is about getting a deeper spiritual consciousness so that our longing, our desire becomes to connect to our source directly, so that we live and express what was meant to be expressed as our lives, and we help others to do the same. Eternal love and infinite peace.